This is the new Aston Martin Vanquish Volante. In the famous British sports car maker's 100th year, this is another birthday present to itself. At 183 miles an hour, it's the fastest open-top Aston Martin in history, and at £200,000, it's also the most expensive. We've come to the hills around California to see just how Aston Martin's new range topper gets on. Now the car this Vanquish replaces is the DBS Volante, and it's fair to say that wasn't our favourite Aston Martin. It suffered from chassis flex quite badly, and it just didn't really do justice. Aston has made its VH platform a lot stiffer. There's a carbon fibre bonded into the back section, and this Vanquish Volante is 14% stiffer than the car it replaces. On these smooth Californian roads, it rides exceptionally well, it must be said. Over the higher frequency roads we get around town, say, it is noticeable. You get the telltale rear view mirror wobbling for a bit of chassis flex. It's a certain massive improvement. It certainly feels more than a 14% improvement over the old DBS, but it's no coupe. The handling of this car is pretty neutral. It's got a quite nice turn in, it's pretty sharp, it's predictable. Play of the traction control when you can get your smoky tail out oversteer, but generally it's a pretty safe, predictable car. It's not V12 Vantage S levels of fun, but it's not supposed to be. It's a car, you point it in a direction, you know it's going to go there. It's a comfortable big cruiser. Yes, it lacks that level of engagement you might expect, but for its brief, it's good enough. Under the bonnet is the latest AM11 development of Aston's 6-litre V12 engine. Now it's got 565 brake horsepower now, which is a lot on paper. It's matched up to a 6-speed conventional auto. Now it's a brisk car without ever being explosively quick. Press the sport button on the steering wheel and your throttle response sharpens, the exhaust note sharpens up. At this point it's a much nicer car to drive. It sounds fantastic, especially with the roof down, but there are occasions when this sort of price tag, these sort of looks, you might expect a little bit more oomph. Now this being a V12 Aston, it comes with a very special soundtrack as standard. Sport button engage means you get all the extra exhaust note, we'll hold it in second through this canyon, and it's just the best amphitheatre to really hear it at work. Stopping power from the carbon ceramic brakes is very good. Steering is also impressive. It's Aston's Servotronic system. The wheel itself is quite an unusual shape. It's not perfectly round, but it fits in your hands quite nicely. Now this has the identical interior to the Vanquish Coupe as well. It's got Aston's latest infotainment system. All the dials nicely laid out in the centre console, but there's no getting away from the fact that the architecture inside, at least, is definitely starting to feel its age. Even in a sportier setting, you still feel the car's got a bit more to give you. It's just very neutral car to drive. The engine's very linear in its power delivery. You just feel that everything could be sharpened another 5–10% to turn this into a big GT, into a real big supercar pacer. Now this is a full £60,000 more than a DB9 Volante. The cars are very similar, and the real selling factor of this is its competent cruising ability, but I don't know whether that's enough of a selling factor to be a full £60,000 more. Everything is sharper, obviously you've got more power, you've got a bigger, bolder looks, you've got a higher spec, a higher grade interior. I'm just struggling to really see just where the £60,000 has gone. Regardless of any issue or debate on price and positioning, this is a much better car than the DBS Volante before it. That car really didn't do itself justice, but with a stiffer body and the latest developments to the VH architecture and the engine, Aston has made a very competent, comfortable, big GT cruiser. Would I spend £200,000 on one? Well, there are very few cars I'd want to cover long distances in as much as this. It looks great, sounds great, is very comfortable, and for some people that's going to be enough.